Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about having a good mental diet to manifest your SP, aka specific person. Okay, so I have gotten questions about what a mental diet is and just, how to manifest an SP and what role it plays. So I'm going to go over all of that. So I'm going to first start off by clarifying the definition of mental diet. Having a good mental diet means thinking thoughts that are in alignment with your desires. Okay, so a mental diet is just like an actual diet. When you're dieting to achieve a certain goal, which for a lot of people is weight loss, you're going to be only eating foods that are in alignment with whatever it is that you're trying to look like for example, I mean, I don't know too much about fitness, but if you're trying to get more buff, I'm sure you'd be eating more proteins. If you're trying to lose weight, you probably cut down on carbs, right? So it's the same thing with your thoughts. Okay, your mental diet is about only giving value to thoughts that are, like I said, in alignment with your manifestation. So the thing is, we do have an average of 60,000 thoughts a day. Okay, it is very normal to get negative thoughts. I'm not necessarily saying that if you have negative thoughts, you're on a bad mental diet. No, it's more about consciously monitoring your thoughts and being aware of them, and then not giving any sort of value or assigning any meaning to the negative thoughts that come that are not in alignment with your manifestation. Okay, so the thing about this is that it's so useful in preventing you from going in that downward spiral. It is so useful in just keeping track of your thoughts, period. Okay, so it's if you practice having a good mental diet, you will eventually get rid of those negative thoughts, or you won't have them as much. You won't be as triggered. You won't be affected negatively, in the way that maybe you might have been in the past if you didn't practice having a good mental diet. Okay, so yeah, that's why having a mental diet is really important. Again, the thing is, it is normal to get negative thoughts. Don't beat yourself up if you do get negative thoughts. In fact, I would even say, when you do get negative thoughts, understand where it's coming from. Okay, process those thoughts, go down to the root cause of those thoughts, like what caused those thoughts in the first place. And after that, once you've done that, once you've let the emotion pass, that's when I would recommend really flipping the thought. Okay, actually, before I talk about that, I do want to let you know that emotions are temporary. Okay, there might have been times where negative thoughts overcame you, but then you were fine after that, right? So the thing is, let those feelings pass you by. Okay, I'm not saying forcibly get rid of them unless it's happening too much, but when you do get a negative thought, just let it pass. Okay, because oh my gosh, reminds me of that quote, this too shall pass, right? So when you actually let it pass, when you just feel whatever you need to, cry it out, feel that grief, get angry, feel those human emotions, when you actually do that, you're processing them, right? You're not forcing them. When you don't do that, when you just keep flipping the thought without having process those emotions, then it kind of still stays lingering, and those feelings might come back. The frustration from that negative thought might come back. Okay, but again, do what's good for you. This only, oh my gosh, applies if you you just get negative thoughts from time to time. But the thing is, if you keep thinking those same negative thoughts, that's when I would highly recommend you flip the thought. Okay, going back to what I was saying, for every negative thought you get, I would say write 3 positive thoughts. Okay, so let's say you have a thought about your SP, specific person. You're just oh, this person is following too many people on Instagram, and that can cause you to spiral and think, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not blah blah blah. So switch that up. Be no, you know what, I'm the only person that SP cares about. Okay, the first thing that SP checks when he or she logs into Instagram is my profile. I know that sounds a little bit dramatic, but I always say spice up your affirmations. I am worthy. I am worthy of being loved. I am always chosen first. I am prioritized. I'm valued. I am pursued. Okay, that was more than 3, but anytime you get these thoughts, find something else to replace them. Okay, and once you do that, it becomes a habit, it becomes a pattern. And even when you do get those negative thoughts, if at all, you're not going to be as triggered, you're not going to spiral as much, you're not going to go on that downhill spiral where people just apparently spend hours thinking about oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, and staying in that negative state. It's okay to think negative thoughts. Again, we're humans, but it's only when we stay in that state for so long that it can kind of at times delay our manifestations. Okay, but thinking positively, having a good mental diet will eventually make those positive thoughts your dominant way of thinking, okay? And here on this channel, we talk about the law of assumption. And the law of assumption basically states that what you assume is what ends up being true in your reality. In fact, every single thing that you are experiencing in your reality is nothing but a reflection of your dominant assumptions, okay? Actually, kind of going back to what I said, like, even if you do think negative thoughts, you can still manifest positive things, okay? Because I'm sure that has happened. Like, imagine a time where you took a test and you thought you completely failed, but you actually ended up doing a lot better. You had lost all hope and you're just like, I don't know if this is even gonna, like, am I even gonna pass the class, or whatever negative thoughts you were thinking, but then it ended up working out a lot better than you thought it would, right? And that's because you had the dominant assumption that it would work out, okay? Even though you did have negative thoughts, technically your subconscious mind did not assign value to those thoughts. Even if it did make you feel upset, even if it did make you feel sad or intimidated, like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to pass this class, or it's really bad negative things happening to me, again, your dominant assumption was that everything works out for me, okay? And in fact, that's an umbrella affirmation I highly recommend using. Everything always works out for me. Honestly, if you say this to yourself every day, no matter what situation you're in, if you get like pulled over, if like someone is annoying you, or like you're scared you're not going to pass the thing, I mean, it will end up working out, okay? So I would say, like, just say that every single day, because that implies that, like, things always do work out in the favor, okay? Things do work out in your favor. So yeah. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about is, like, how you can use your mental diet to manifest your specific person. So like I said, what would you be doing if you were with your specific person? You probably wouldn't be stalking them on Instagram every day, no? You probably wouldn't be worried about whether or not they're going to text you, right? So try to think those thoughts as if, like, you are in a relationship with your person, and that, to a good relationship. In fact, here's another blanket affirmation: I am in a happy, healthy relationship with my specific person. I am in a happy, healthy, committed relationship with my specific person. I'm happily married to my specific person. All of that just implies, like, things working out. Like, all of, when you affirm for like something as big as that, like, oh, things are working out, like, you're not going to be worried about the little details, like, oh, are they going to be texting me, are they going to call me, are they going to do this, are they going to do that? I mean, if you are in a happy, healthy relationship, then that implies good communication, right? Or if you feel the need to affirm for like communication, you can also do that. Like, SP and I always communicate, we regularly talk, we're always in contact with one another. You can even do that. Yeah, but honestly, just saying things like, oh, we're in the perfect relationship, we're in an amazing relationship, everything kind of just falls together in place. So yeah, that is something else that I wanted to clarify. And like I said, if those thoughts do come up, if, like, it is hard for you to kind of, like, live in the end, and you do feel like checking their Instagram, or these thoughts do come, like I said, for every thought you have, every negative thought, say like 2 to 3 positive things, okay? I would even recommend scripting them, because when you script, it's like, you're focused on whatever it is that you're writing. Usually your mind doesn't go to other places, right? Like, I mean, unless you can just write like without looking. I mean, I guess that could work, but like, honestly, it is you are less likely to get distracted when you put pen to paper. So if you are someone that finds yourself spiraling, if you are someone that even when you try affirming or visualizing, your mind goes all over the place, I highly recommend getting a notebook, a pen, and just writing your thoughts out, writing positive things, okay? Writing like I said, for any thought that comes up that isn't conducive to whatever it is that you want to manifest, write 2 to 3 good things, okay? Or even just do that when that doesn't happen, because that still will help you have a good mental diet. And honestly, having a mental diet will help you manifest your SP so much faster, and it'll be so much more effective, and it'll make the manifestation stay longer as well. But here's the thing about mental diet: even when you do have your SP, even when you are together with them in the 3D, continue having that strong mental diet. Continue saying good things about yourself, scripting self-love affirmations, self-concept affirmations. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a couple. I do recycle mine, so it's like, if you have been watching my earlier videos, if you have watched videos of mine, then you will hear me say the same affirmations. And like, that's a good thing, because like, whenever I say the same affirmations, I notice that, like, it really impresses onto my subconscious mind, and reality really reflects that, okay? Like, I have a lot of affirmations. I always show people my notebook. I have like a notebook where I write down a lot of different affirmations, and I script a page like every single day, like a whole page. It just really helps me, helps me feel more relaxed, calm, and more confident about my manifestations. Okay, it really does help me get my mental diet in check. And like I said, when you do this, when you make this a daily habit, your dominant way of thinking, your dominant assumption becomes, everything that you're scripting, all the positive things that you're saying about yourself. And again, like the way that you treat yourself a lot of the times is like, the way that society treats you. That's kind of, yeah, I mean, that is an assumption that a lot of people have, you can have any assumption. Like I say that I get what I want no matter what. I get my SP no matter what state I'm in, because there are days where I do feel down. Again, I'm human. And in fact, like, my perfect relationship entails my specific person being there for me on even my worst days, okay? And vice versa. So, yeah, I'm not saying that you have to be positive all the time to manifest, okay? Again, we do manifest things. We have manifested things despite maybe not being in that mentality, okay? But, just this mental diet and self concept really helps reinforce your faith and conviction in your power as the operant power in your reality. That's why it is super important to have a good mental diet and self-concept. In fact, I'm going to make another video about this. I think I do have a video where I talk about why self-concept is important. But yeah, let me just to recap, it's important because like I said, it reaffirms your faith in yourself as a dominant power in your reality, as the operant power in your reality, and it helps you manifest with more confidence. Okay, like you don't necessarily have to believe in your manifestations. Like if you haven't gotten married, maybe you might have a hard time believing that you're married to your SP. Even if you write it in present tense, you might have a hard time even feeling that because you don't know how it feels. But it's still, having that bit of confidence behind your manifestations, still helps, right? Like being confident will never not work in your favor. Okay, in fact, yeah, it's a great like state of mind. It's a great feeling to have. So yeah, even this reminds me of that one TikTok audio. I forgot who said this, but it's just like, what do you do on the days where you don't feel confident? And the person's just like, I fake it. So yeah, I mean, that's literally what it is. Okay, it is about like kind of faking it. And I have like heard people say that like it is, a lot of the times it is kind of delusional. A lot of the times you're writing as if you've already had your SP, as if you're already married to your SP. And like some people are just like, wait, isn't that delusional? You're not even with them. I mean, it kind of is. That's how it helps really manifest in your 3D. Okay, and a lot of the times real progress starts outside of our comfort zone. So it's like, if this feels a little bit weird, and I'm going to show you why that is. If saying all these like nice things about you or having this strict mental diet feels a little bit weird at first, it's because you might be used to negative thinking. I do believe it's a scientific fact that humans are kind of wired to like pay more attention to the negative thoughts and spiral and things like that. But the thing is, you can change that. Like that's the like most beautiful thing about manifestation. Like yes, you will get your desires, but it will just also help you feel more confident about yourselves in general. It'll help you feel more confident within yourself. Okay, so yeah, but let me share the neuroscience fact. I have shared this in a couple of my videos, but in case you are new here, yeah, I wanted to share this fact with you. So every time we have a thought, there's a chemical in our brain that gets released that are known as peptides. Okay, so every time you release these peptides, there are receptor sites that are being made that absorb those peptides into your cells. Okay, so if you are used to negative thinking, you've already created receptor sites for those, peptides that are like, filled with like negative thoughts, those like negative peptides. Okay, so when you do start thinking positively, it might feel a little bit foreign because there are little to no receptor sites for those peptides, which is why it might feel so weird. Like I was saying, if this, like at first when I started doing this, like, I mean, I was like hyping myself up so much. I was like, I'm a queen, I'm a goddess, everyone worships the ground that I walk on. And it just felt so weird and like even a little bit unnatural. But then like I kept going on with it, and I'm just like, wait, what? It felt unnatural only because, I was so used to negative thinking. I was so used to like, putting myself down. But like, I eventually got a hang of it, and I'm just like, oh, you know what? Like, I should not feel anything less in my reality. Like, this is literally my reality. This is my life that, I'm experiencing. Why should I, take the backseat, right? So, yeah, I mean, again, just saying positive things, saying positive self-concept affirmations, self-love affirmations will help feel that, make that feeling a little bit more natural. Okay, you'll create more receptor sites to receive those like positive peptides, which in turn can like literally change you on a cellular level. Okay, so that's why thoughts really do serve a huge role in our life. Okay, so it is very important to make sure we're good in here so we can notice change out here. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share a couple of self-love affirmations that I use to manifest a good mental diet, which in turn helps me manifest my SP, which did help me manifest my SP, actually multiple SPs in the past. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read them again. If these might be affirmations that you might have already heard, if that's the case, let me know if there's any new ones that you have. I always love hearing people's affirmations. But yeah, the first one is I am magnetic, irresistible, and irreplaceable. This one is my favorite. Okay, I just say this as a mantra because I've said this so many times. It's something that pops up into my brain when I'm just like, showering or like driving or something like that. It's like, this has become my dominant thought. This has become my dominant way of thinking. Like, when you drive or you've been driving for a while, you know which foot goes on the brake and pedal. Like, it becomes that natural to you, which is, really great. And it helps you manifest just, better treatment from others, an SP, a raise, like whatever it is that you want. Okay, like I promise you, this one's a game changer. I also write, I am valued, pursued, and cherished. I am smart, intelligent, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. Yeah, I mean, I really do hype myself up, as everyone should. Okay, you should be saying this stuff about yourself as well. I am the prize. I only attract the best versions of people that are kind, sensitive, caring, and have my best interests at heart. I am always successful, prosperous, and abundant. I am always treated like a queen and goddess. I'm always treated like royalty. I truly, deeply love myself. I am ethereal and mesmerizing. Everyone loves me. I always impact people's lives positively. I'm a blessing. Um, okay, I feel like that's most of them. A lot of them I keep repeating. I just like, write down what comes to my mind. And yeah, I also say things like I am happy, successful, and thriving. And I have like, a couple ones specifically for like work. Like I know this doesn't have anything to do with SP, but you can say things like I am the best employee. I'm always impressive. People are impressed by my work ethic. My boss always has good things to say about me. And yeah, for your SP, you can say things like SP loves me and only me. SP has eyes for me and only me. I am the only person that SP has ever been in love with. I am always loved and respected. Yeah, this is more of a general one. And then I like expressing gratitude. Like I am so grateful that my SP treats me like a queen. And I also express gratitude for things that like, I do have. Like I'm so grateful for, like my home and things like that. I don't know why, but like saying gratitude affirmations really helps. You technically don't need it to manifest, but yeah, I guess it's my assumption. I guess it's my dominant assumption that whenever I do express gratitude for something, I'm able to get my manifestations really fast because like I'm telling the universe, aka my subconscious. The universe is really just your subconscious. Like I'm telling that like, hey, like I'm so grateful that you gave this thing to me, or like I gave this thing to myself. But I would be really grateful if you gave this other thing to me as well. Okay, so like saying gratitude affirmations, I would say is also a form of self-concept because everything that you're experiencing is something that you gave to yourself, something that your subconscious gave to yourself. So in a way, it's like you're thanking your subconscious. Okay, so yeah, that's why legit I just had this epiphany now. I'm just like, why do I like saying gratitude affirmations and why do things always expedite whenever I say gratitude affirmations? And I realize it's because I'm just thanking myself. I'm thanking myself, and I'm basically like, kind of even telling myself how proud I am for having manifested those things. Okay, and that's actually yet another affirmation that I have. I'm so proud of myself and for how far I've come. Yeah, and then I also say things like I'm wise, knowledgeable, intelligent, and yeah, there's so many here, like, oh my gosh, like some of them are specific, so I'm just trying to like pinpoint the ones that like are most relevant to everyone here. But yeah, this really does help. Okay, having a mental diet, keeping your thoughts in check will really help. Okay, it will help expedite things, it will help you keep your manifestations. Okay, and again, this does take a little bit of practice. Okay, and again, that's just an assumption that I have. Maybe you'll do it a lot faster than I did, but like I said, mental diet is about consciously monitoring your thoughts and making sure they're in alignment with what it is that you want to manifest. Okay, so having a good mental diet, like I said, it will prevent you from like spiraling. It will prevent you from feeling like super anxious or triggered about something. And yeah, it helps in so many different ways. In fact, I would even say like try having a good mental diet. Try being pretty strict on your mental diet for 3 days. Okay, maybe start off with 1 day, then go to 3 days, then 7 days, then 21 days. I promise you, your life will change. So yeah, for every negative thought you have, do like 2 to 3 positive affirmations and see how your life changes. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead ahead and end the video right here. I really hope this helped. If you do have any questions or any other affirmations you want to share, please be sure to write that down in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video.